Welcome back to Bioshock Infinite. So, I was looking through the gear, seeing what I have, trying to remember what I have. I have Storm, which lets certain of our vigors be able to have its effects chained to different enemies. Blood Assault, which is pretty obvious. Urgent Care, which made a shield recharging quicker, and Death from Above. I also wanted to put the sound effects down again. Like, I've noticed that, especially for the shooting, the sound effects are, I get they're supposed to be loud, but they're like way too loud to like be able to work too well for commentary. It's not a big deal, but I've needed to like often lower the volume during action scenes because of that. But anyway, last time we got through more of these never-ending goddamn armies of people. This time on the Vox side. Really done a number to this place. Though consider how there were firemen that were literally men attacking with fire. I'm surprised we haven't seen more fires like this in the series. In the game so far.
Think you can pick this?
I'm surprised the whole city wasn't on fire the moment we got here.
All done.
So is this only a normal difficulty thing? Because I know it's way too easy to get lockpicks. Like literally, you got 3 lockpicks right there. Also, we found a book.
Here you go. I wonder where the cipher is. Strange.
Yeah, it is strange how easy it is to get lockpicks. Why are there so many lockpicks in this world? I don't get it. Lockpick City, baby. I get that's how you would react when you got near fire, but you've been hurt worse all the time. Oh, speaking of firemen, hello. Have some birds. Firemen are easy at this point. I just killed him instantly. Just like with no effort. That guy's another lockpick. Come on, it's way too easy. Why does everyone have lockpicks? Why is this Lockpick City?
Okay. Huh. I found a lockpick.
Did you? Because this is the one time I can't seem to find a lockpick. I don't see one for once, Elizabeth. I know they're everywhere. I know they are everywhere for no reason. But
How's the city going to come back from this?
Maybe it shouldn't.
that's kind of my thought at this point.
Got a lock here.
That won't take but a minute.
Takes 3 lockpicks. So, the
There.
equivalent of probably like 100 steps before we find those as well. I gotta say, this is trying to look cool, but like the image of the papers flying through the window, like, it's so obviously not connected to the actual books there. Like they're separate items. That book item you can't do anything with. It's really obvious. That's very much a nitpick, you know? Because most things in most games, most entertainment that requires any bit of animation, that's a thing. Oh, we got another one of these at least. Yeah, and more shield.
Feel better already.
Okay, there it is. You don't want to open too many safes or doors, Elizabeth. We only have 23 lockpicks right now. That's all. Where does he store them? Just imagine. He has like, just his pockets filled. Just completely filled with lockpicks. It's like he can't fit. He can barely fit anymore. This is a weird thing that will make sense in a bit. I guess I might as well explain now. So, it's pointing this way because technically there are 2 ways to go to Comstock House. But surprising, because I clearly went this direction. And so you'd think the game would have auto-adjusted to make the arrow point in this way. Because this does take us to Comstock House as well. And is probably the way you're expected to go. Bunch of apples, and like I said, it's, you know, it's one of those things where like most of these objects are just there to exist in the background, to exist in the world. They're not like, but then there's the apples that you can clearly like eat and pick up. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what's that called. Like some objects can be moved, some are just static parts of the thing. It's very much an animation thing as well. And this is animation. Well, that's the murder that happened. I'll join you by murdering you! Got a rocket launcher. This was such the Xbox 360 era. Use the thing you have that you already know you can do. This is how you beat the enemy that you already know how to do. That does that every time. God, every time you put the game back on, you're like. Every time you start up the game, it has to show all these goddamn messages. I think on my 3rd playthrough, I know how to play. I know, maybe people have already forgotten, but like, this was like a real issue. For like much of like, especially like the 360 era of gaming.
I need more time to look.
Where a lot of these big games, like, didn't respect the player to be able to know or remember anything at all.
Need this.
Perfect timing.
See, look at all these messages that keep popping up. It's ridiculous. But the people thought you would just forget everything. Like every time you shut off the game. It's like one of those things where, like, even if you did you would still find these messages really annoying, and there had to have been a better way. Ugh. Cool mask, but you're dead. Yeah, that's arguably the biggest problem with this game in general, is that it very much comes across as marketing team told us this is what we need to do because this is how games work now. We need to make the player won't know how to do things, and also you can only carry 2 weapons at a time because Halo did a thing once. Among other things.
That's foolish. I think there's a lockpick over there.
I agree, Elizabeth. All these marketing teams assuming what gamers can and can't do was really foolish. Also, that woman is one of those ones who died in a different universe. Now she's mopping up the burning building. Or using a broom or whatever. That's an unfortunate fate. Let's end her misery. You don't get anything for ending her misery. Just a thing to do. It doesn't mean anything.
Need money? Take it.
I could always use more money. Yeah, we're also running out of vigor upgrades again, so that's cool. So yeah, obvious one to get. Return to sender uses less salt. Practical upgrade. I will say the 2 weapon thing doesn't annoy me as it does some people, but I think that's partially also because the weapons aren't the most interesting.
Abandoned.
Once I like this game, for a number of reasons, I'm confident that if it had come out now, it would probably be better. But of course, I'm not sure how many people actually want to actually make a single-player game anymore, so, you know. I mean, at least the big publishers and the maybe 2 games they release every 3 years at this point.
Booker, there's a lockpick over there.
Of course there's a lockpick. There's always a lockpick. It will never end.
Ammo! Take it! That's it!
What's it? I assume that's what she says when she run out of items that she can get for you verified. Because otherwise that's just random. And we were running out of rockets, so I switched to this weapon instead. It's not a better weapon, but it actually has ammo, so, you know.
Go on without me.
I will for a second. I wonder if the elevation means the light. We should be more or less worried about the lightning. The answer is less. You never get struck by lightning. Don't worry about it.
How needs competition when you have quality?
Catch!
As we look at the map, that little light over there shows where we currently are. So we're about halfway or so towards Comstock House. From, where were we? Yeah, we were down right on the bottom right. Going up here, and then eventually we'll head to Comstock House to the top left. Here's something through the door, or this place. It's got a way till it goes back down so we can jump through there. Well, this has become very 80s and very not 80s at the same time.
My dear brother, these holes in the thin air continue to pay dividends. I know not which musician you borrow your notes from, but if he has half the genius of the biologist I now observe, well, then you are to be the Mozart of Columbia.
I'm not sure if that was made clear at this point, but yeah. Fink's brother is what made all these retro versions of newer songs.
You're right. About that dream that you had. New York on fire. There's something about it.
Normally I wouldn't say this, but these videos come out fairly slowly. If you have no idea what she's talking about,
Locked.
Give me a second.
go back to, I believe, near the end of the first video.
More money. Okay, catch.
Oh, I think we've already seen this one. Never mind. Let's keep going forward. We should be near Comstock House at this point, right?
Look at those pennants. Seems like the Vox have chosen their favorite color.
Seems about right.
Yeah, it seems like this whole place is really going down.
Beyond that gate lies Comstock House.
So already dead bodies here as well. And the red, so presumably the Vox are here as well as everywhere else at this point. Honestly, I also have dead bodies, so it doesn't seem to be much here. There is more that way, but don't worry about that for now.
This is for the miracle child. Hello. I'm sorry your mother, Lady Comstock, is dead. I think she is altogether better than mine. Since you live there, can you tell me why the tower has been closed? People say it's poor weather, then the pox, then a haunting. If it is a secret, I promise not to tell a soul. Your pen friend, Constance.
Yeah, it's that girl, also from a pretty early video. Might have been the second or third video. So hopefully she's still alive and around.
Lady Comstock, how lovely to see you. Wonderful of you to make the journey, especially considering your painful death 19 years ago.
Lady Comstock.
The dress. The thing has mistaken me for my mother.
Your fingerprints do not seem to be your own today, Lady Comstock. Are you unwell?
This isn't going to work.
I think it can.
Your mother's dead, Elizabeth.
Yes. I think it's time I paid my respects. Let's head to where she's buried.
You sure about that? Okay. So next time... time to go to the grave. Okay. I do appreciate every bit of levity this game has. It's just... what a weird non-character. Fingerprints don't seem to be your own today. That's one way to put it. Yes. See you next time.